Welcome to the channel. I'm Flip and I'm here to show you a little bit of crypto. I have a little bit of crypto knowledge. I've been in the space for a while, so I'm here to help you guys navigate the dangers and exciting euphoric times of crypto. And I'm here with my very first video for you guys while I'm driving home from my job. I'm a tattoo artist. I work here in Asbury Park. Well, not here because y'all aren't here, but that's where I work. I have my own studio with my wife, and we're off, yeah. Anyways, as somebody who's been in the space for, I guess, since the middle of, the beginning of last bull run, or middle, I guess some would say, I am not gonna claim to be definitely not a financial advisor. I know that's a funny thing to say in these videos, but it is true, and I'm definitely not. I'm just here to kind of give you the perspective of somebody who is by no means a genius, like one of those crazy crypto wizards out there that get all these calls. I have but I'm just here to kind of give you a simplistic view. As somebody who's been in the space for the past 3 years, I guess, 4 years? What is that? Yeah, I guess 4 years or so. I am pretty knowledgeable though in a few things, and so far the bull run has kind of proven me right so far. And not me, I'm not going to say that I made these calls, but you do, over time you kind of establish a little network of people that you kind of work with, kind of people that you've seen be consistently correct about certain narratives. Because in crypto, you don't want to guess. You don't want to just go and just pick whatever the heck you find and just put all your money into it. And just because you did that, now you feel an attachment to that investment, and then you kind of like go through the entire cycle like this, hoping that your narrative is going to go through, right? Just because conveniently enough is where you put the money in, because life is just such a it's just like a written opera, it goes exactly because you're the main character, so obviously people sometimes think like that. And so with that being said, a lot of the early things you want to really get into is, if you are interested in doing anything like this, you should really look at things like meme coins, right? Especially today, on a day where it's the election, right? I for whatever reason I chose to make my video during the election. Also, let me get on the road too. Here you go. Let's put the seatbelt over here so we can be safe, as Dora once said. Hold on. All right, we're backing up. All right, I definitely need to get a phone stand if I'm gonna do stuff like this. But like I mentioned, today is election day, so I'm here. I wear this hoodie all the time, mainly because it's a thick, reliable hoodie. It's awesome, and Kennedy's the man, at least to me. I don't know if that's the case for y'all, but anyways, especially on a day like today, right? There's a lot of, like, crypto in general and the stock market, a lot of things are based around narratives and around sentiment, right? Sentiment is another word for feelings, how would I say this? How kind of like the culture and feelings together. That's the sentiment, right? In a way. That's the way you kind of have to think about it, right? So today is a day where you might see a large pump at some point, right? Especially if, let's say, Trump were to get a big lead. You're kind of likely to get a big pump. Why? Because, he spoke at the Bitcoin conference. It seems to me, that crypto, the sentiment around crypto is that a Trump victory would be bullish for their bags, right? And that's crypto speak, obviously, for bullish. A bull attacks up, so that's, going up on the charts. And bearish would be, a bear swipes down. So that's bad for the market, right? That's bad for your bags. Your bags, obviously, dude, if I have to explain bags to you, that is, if you have no imagination or have ever listened to rap music or been on the internet for a little bit of time, you should know what bags are. But yeah, that's obviously your holdings. So on a day like today, especially, you're going to have a lot of, markets, they don't like uncertainty, right? So to be completely frank, the crypto market should go up regardless of who wins today, right? Should be regardless, but the sentiment will be higher with a Trump victory. It seems like, right? I think that would be fair to say. And if you've been, I don't think it's a very controversial take at all to take that kind of approach on it. But so with that being said, on a day like today, you're going to see a lot of volatility. If Trump goes up, in the polls, in the, what would you call that? In the election, I guess, in the results. Ooh, I am an asshole right now. I'm on the left turn only. Well, not only, but left turn. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Here we go. All right, so back to that topic. So if Trump were to win, or at least, oh my God, there's an armless man. Oh, no. Okay, he just has his arms in a sling. It's just sometimes you don't see an armless man for a while, and then you do, and then you're just sitting there like, and you're not, look, if you don't have all your arms, if that's the way that, I'm not here to tell you, how to live your life or anything like that, but, sometimes you're just so used to seeing people with two arms, it's like the norm. Like, even if I just saw a guy, an old man with like dyed red, like a purple wig, it would be striking, not obviously, goddamn. I feel like I'm putting myself in a situation here, but anyways, back to the Trump situation. So, because of the Bitcoin conference, because of, he's been doing not meme coins, I guess meme coins. He's been doing NFTs. He's been doing, other things, shoes and all that stuff. He really vibes with that crowd. So the way that you think is, so for example, in meme coins, right? Any meme coin with the word MAGA or, Trump or Trump's dog Conan specifically on ETH, that's one that I personally purchased a while ago. Because in crypto, if you've been there long enough, for whatever reason, the dogs of the person who either runs the network that it's on, so Ethereum, or if you're using a specific like Cardano, or if you're using Polygon, whatever it is that you're using, sometimes they'll have a meme coin based on the name of the person's pet, right? So allegedly, Trump's dog is named Conan. I am not too sure, so that makes me, but that's the thing about meme coins. Meme coins are, obviously, do your freaking research, obviously, right? You don't want to just be throwing money, and especially not betting any money that you don't want to, it would definitely ruin your life, if you lost. Obviously, you don't want to be doing that. But you see kind of momentum for certain things, right? And then you notice how these dog things, how they work, right? Dogs, cats, and it's silly. This is such an example of how the wild times that we're living in. And it's similar to the .com bubble, right? You had like Yahoo, and you had Bing, and you had Ask Jeeves, and you had Google, and anything that was a search engine in the 90s, or any kind of service on the internet became this big commodity, right? Not commodity, sorry, that's the wrong word. It became this overvalued or overly speculated, right? Which created the overvalue. And there were losers and there were winners, and some people picked the right ones, good on them. Granted, I was 9 at the time. I wish I could have gotten in there, at the time. Actually, no, I was probably even younger when it actually really started. But yeah, with that being said, you kind of notice these little patterns, right? And especially after elections, you always see there's a little bit of volatility. There's usually a big pump if the person that they wanted, the market wanted to wins, right? And then there'll be a little sell-off for the people that made money on that pump. And then after that, and that's called a shakeout, right? And then after that, you'll see a big pump, right? And it's all the people that made money on that initial pump buying back lower, right? After they all dumped on you guys. And that's what happens. Like, if you want to sit there and cry and say, man, these people aren't being fair, you gotta just realize that I don't know who told you that life is fair. I don't know who in their right mind lied to you when you were 6 years old, and told you life is fair. It doesn't work like that. And also at the same time in crypto, it's like, if you get into this arena, right, and I'm going to call an arena and make it super dramatic, but if you get in here and you think that you getting in here because you watched some TikTok video and you're going to make money in your first trades, like, you have to remember that you're going up against people that have been in here for years, and they understand. How do I say this? You can get very emotional sometimes, especially when it's your hard-earned money, right? And if you're new at it, you become very reactive. Just like anything in life, if you're emotional about anything, you're going to be extremely reactive. And in those moments, you can potentially, like, lose your mind one day, right? Because you see a big candle down. And you've been waiting all month long, right? Like, let's say you're new, right? And to you, a month to you is, you're probably biting your nails, like, your portfolio's going up and down. You're like, damn, I just lost my fucking week's paycheck at fucking Dunkin' Donuts. You know, shout out to Dunkin' Donuts, okay? I don't really eat any of the food there, but my wife gets coffee from there, so sometimes I get coffee from there, I guess. But America does run on it, so that's a very important resource for us in the States. I don't know how we function without Dunkin'. Starbucks rules too, but anyways, damn, dude. See, that's the problem. After the gym, I took a little hit of, God's lettuce, I guess. I'm gonna say the polite way. And now my mind is just a little bit wild. But that's the kind of situation that happens in a bull run. Imagine this right now, you're me, but all bull run long, especially if it's your first bull run, right? Okay. So I do not remember what I was saying. Oh yeah. So a lot of these people will think, right, they spent their Dunkin' Donuts money, and, to them, if you've been in the market long enough, you kind of start losing sense of what money is in a way, especially if you made a lot of money at one point. You kind of get into this state where you're like, but I could double it, right? Like, it gets extremely weird. But back to the first thing, to the main thing I was saying, the specific thing I was saying. What ends up happening is, because you're not aware of you're not used to the rhythm of this industry, every time you hear bad news, like, people will have panic attacks sometimes. Like, people will, like, and I say this, like, you shouldn't even really be doing this, honestly. Not because it's illegal, but it's like, you could lose a lot of money if you, like, so again, if you're gonna do this, and right now it's the election, you're thinking about just the election, but crypto keeps moving, and these things kind of move in cycles, and 6 months from now, you're going to be watching either this video or a different video or some other way bigger influencer than me talking about it, and then you're going to have no way to you haven't been prepared, right? And yeah, you can't turn back time and be like, well, I wish I got into crypto sooner, right? But that's life, so at least you'll have those, like, 6 months, 5 months of at least understanding kind of the rhythm. So when things go bad, you don't really just want to, like, you want to have your convictions, right? You want to have your strategy set up. But when things go bad, on that very day, you should never panic sell. If you want to get out of certain things, right, because the reality is, in 2-3 days later, that might be the thing that you realize, damn, I was up like X amount, and I got one little thing of bad news, or like someone said this, or whatever it is. Like, I watched this one weird video, and then you exited so soon, right? And then it pops up. That happens. Listen, that's happened to everyone at least 1,000,000 times, and I'm not even exaggerating. Maybe 999,000, right? Which is an annoying ass number. I can't believe I just said that, but still, I already had highlighted the point, and then I fucked it up. But yeah. So when it comes to meme coins, those are all little, like, nuggets of information that will help you. You're not going to pick it up all at once, right? And I'm not here to do that. I don't have a chart. I don't even have a team. I'm literally just talking to you the way I would anybody else in my life. And honestly, like, if I had, because sometimes these terms, they get so intimidating, right? They'll be like the capitulation, the freaking head and shoulders, knees and toes, shape, means, and then the cross of doom or whatever. And you hear all these words and you're like, what the fuck is going on? I just put $10,000 and the freaking cross of doom happened. Like, what the fuck does that mean, right? And to be honest, I don't even know too much. Like, the way that I operate is, I look at the things and I go, are we gonna have more of this in the world or less of this, right? So for me, crypto gaming is a big thing. I'm in a lot of big crypto communities, crypto gaming communities, such as Neo Tokyo. Neo Tokyo is a big, if you want to get into anything with crypto gaming, Neo Tokyo, if you're not in Neo Tokyo, it's fine. Honestly, if you're new, I guess I would still join anyway. That'll probably be the best piece of advice, but it's a piece that you might not understand at this exact second, and it is very expensive to get in now at this point, but you think in this way, right? You go, are we going to have more of this or less of this? And when it comes to crypto gaming, at least my belief is that, yeah, just like mobile gaming, was something that, like, it added to gaming, right? A lot of people at the time were so crazy into, and that's what happens with any new technology, right? Like, you had mobile gaming, right? And if you explain that to somebody, if you said, hey, I put $10,000 in fucking Farmville or Flappy Bird or whatever, Candy Crush, right? In the day that it happened, like in that moment, let's say in 2009, whatever it was, someone might look at you and be like, dude, you put $10,000 in fucking mobile gaming. Like, it's not even on Xbox. It's not even on fucking Nintendo store. Like, people don't play games on their phones, you dumbass. Like, people play, what are the graphics like, And you're like, no, I know. It's not about that. It's about the accessibility. Why? Because some kid in the Philippines might not be able to afford the PS3, probably, or 4 at the time, but they sure as hell can buy a phone. Well, listen, I'm not saying that they could or can't, but you see it's a lot more likely that he's going to be able to get a phone, right, and download this game. And the games aren't even that fun, right? I mean, they were fun because they killed time, relative to what you would have been doing if you're like, you play at the, when you're waiting for a train or something, or when your dentist is late 35 minutes after he told you to be there at a specific time, but they never show up on time because they don't care. But it's fine. That's life. Again, it's life. Not going to sit there. Hold on. Let me not die. All right, cool. And that is called the Jersey Slide because I live in New Jersey and AKA driving like an asshole and cutting through traffic in one foul swoop. But sometimes you got to do it, dude. Hold on. I might have to do a little maneuver here. Nothing illegal. I really genuinely drive like a grandmother. Even though I do have autonomous mode here, what am I doing? I should be doing I should have an Elon take the wheel. Elon and Jesus. Let's do this, dude. All right, thank you. We're about to do a turn here. You know what? I'm gonna do the turn myself. That's feels like a weird time to be turning on, self-driving. It's a long turn. Okay. And we're back. So I believe in narratives. That's the way I look at my crypto thesis, right? I believe that we're going to have more crypto gaming the same way that when you explained to anybody about mobile gaming, they would laugh at you, right? But then you see like, damn, like because of mobile gaming, there used to be a time where grandmothers were not playing video games, right? And now almost every grandmother on earth has Candy Crush or some game. Oh my God, dude. See, that's traffic in New Jersey, dude. People out here slamming brakes. Anyways. So yeah, it's the first time in history where grandmas straight up have access to video games and they're addicted to it just as much as you were when you were 9 and they were yelling at you, telling you that, whatever, like your fucking eyelashes would fall off or whatever they said, So it just goes to and that's my thesis, right? We're having more gaming, right? Again, if the economy, if we have, like during COVID, right? Stocks went down, you had Tesla go down, you had Facebook go down, right? And the one thing that's like, whether we have a lockdown or no lockdown, the economy's up or down, is if the economy's up, you buy more video games, you play a lot of video games. If the economy is down, you're still going to buy FIFA and you're still going to buy Madden. You're going to play more, you're still going to play video games. Hell, you might even play more if you're unemployed, right? Okay, cool. If you're in a lockdown situation, let's say there's another situation like that, right? What's going to happen? You're going to play a lot of games. So that's the one sector that I you know, and again, it just, from thinking about it a lot, it just makes sense to me that that's a sector that, wow, I don't know how to read charts. I'm not going to say, oh, I know when the head shoulders and the fucking cup and handle and, you know, the spoon in the soup. That one I made up. That's not real. But, you know, I don't look at things like that. I just look at bear market, for example, when things are low in the narratives that I believe in, right? And I don't just believe in it like a cult, even though cults are very important in crypto. You understand that later. Not real cults. You don't have to sacrifice anyone. But in regards to the, damn, dude, it's that marijuana, dude. Yeah, in regards to the theses, right? I believe that we're gonna have more gaming, right? And where crypto ties in the same way that mobile gaming ties in, or when online gaming came in, right? Most people are like, especially people that are so like, oh man, like those people with the neck beards, and they just go, and I'm talking shit about beards, look at mine, but that's not what I'm saying. It's like a specific like build, right? Of a guy that goes like, you know, like, online gaming will never catch on, dude. Like, look at the fucking, you know, the graphics are like fucked up and like it lags and like, and now look now, like, yeah, maybe in 2008 it wasn't a thing, but like that doesn't mean it's never gonna become something that every single game has an online feature now, right? And I believe crypto is gonna be the next part. People are already turning real money, right? They'll turn in their hard-earned dollars that they got at Dunkin' Donuts to Robux, right? Or they buy skins. Those are all, in a way, shape, or form, gaming assets, except that you don't own them, right? They belong to Bethesda. They belong to Blizzard, right? Like, how many people have like worked so hard to build a character and then sell it to somebody for like $1,000 or whatever? You know, like, there's real value in that people attach, not because I get their pixels, whatever argument you want to make, but people do have an attachment to these things, and they do buy these things, and that's a real thing. I'm not saying anything crazy. I'm not making anything up. People, like, you ask most kids what do they want for Christmas, a big percentage of the country will tell you, hey, I want Robux, mom. Shower me in Robux, you know, and that's what they do, right? So to me, crypto integrating with gaming, it might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, even though that game Off the Grid is a very good game, and that's, a lot of people don't even know that's a crypto game. And if you were in Neo Tokyo, you would have known about this years ago and been able to invest in those things and get in there, right? So that's the value of some of those things that I was mentioning, right? So yeah, so you have that's one thesis, right? Then you think another thesis, meme coins. And I know that sounds insane to some degree, especially if you're like a real serious person, but not that you have to be a clown to buy meme coins, but you are letting go of that. How do I explain this? A lot of companies last cycle that were real companies would have been like, didn't even get to a third of the value of the evaluation, right, of the money that got into Dogecoin, right? And Dogecoin never promised anybody anything. It wasn't a product. It wasn't a thing. It was literally just a joke. And what happened, right? There's no utility. I'm not even saying Dogecoin's a great investment long term. It might be because of Elon Musk, right? And that's a whole other thing, but whatever. You can do your, you know, just pay attention. You know, he obviously loves that thing. He's the like, again, back to the election. If Trump wins, he's going to be in charge, allegedly, of the Department of Government Efficiency, which spells out Doge. Elon was doing Doge stuff, like mentioning Doge a lot in his episode of SNL. That's like his thing. You know, there's a whole narrative, because that's what people buy. People buy narratives. The same way that you might never have skateboarded in your life, but you wear Vans, right? But you kind of like the feeling. Like, you might, like, you wear Nike, right? You're not, you know, but you like the look. Better example, Carhartt, right? How many motherfuckers do you know do not know how to build a shed? They can't even build a matchbox, right? They can't even build a basic box, or they can't even, I don't know, like change a tire, right? And they're rocking Carhartt gear. Why? Because like, they might have their heads up their ass, they don't want to admit it, but like, they do that because they want to sometimes correctly, give off the impression that, hey, I'm good with my hands, right? Because that's, people build narratives, and they internalize with things, right? Specific brands, specific things that they do. Like, I'm wearing a Kennedy shirt right now, or hoodie, sorry. And again, that's something you gotta you'll get used to thinking. And thinking this way will help you get through understanding how the cycle works. And that way, you can kind of like, it kind of gives you a little bit of like seeing around corners in a way, because you kind of like are able to predict sentiment, because that's all crypto is. That's all anything is. Stocks, any of that stuff is it's more important to think about how someone feels about something. And I'm not here to say it's more important, it's just the truth of how the game is played, right? And that's how things become overhyped, overvalued. So, and you're there to profit off of it, right? You're buying that feeling. And if you want to sit here and say that's not fair, then I don't know what to tell you. You know, you can sit there and cry and suck your thumb. Do what you got to do, dude. But that's what the rules of the game is. Capiche? Cool. So, yeah, meme coins, right? So, so like I said, why did meme coins go so much higher than actual real coins and real companies, right? Because meme coins was the first, like most people when they get into crypto, they don't get in, right? When they, like most soccer moms don't know what the hell, oh, this protocol, you know, aided, like helps Polygon better. Like none of those things matter to them. They just go in and they say, wow, I just saw a video of a guy who flipped, you know, it's almost like buying a lottery ticket to them, right? And they're not going to sit there like me, you know, this dumbass over here, going through all the little protocols and the lists like a fucking idiot, right? And they're always named some, like, the most disrespectful thing that, you know, if you're in a bad mood and you're like, God damn it, dude, like, I'm reading a chart called, like, fucking, you know, Dick Blast 2000 or something. That was more last cycle, but still, there are people that made a lot of money off of doing that, and that's just true. A lot of people got fucked up too, but it doesn't take away from the fact that, you know, and it's honestly, it's whoever gets there early. That's how crypto works. So you try to get good at figuring out where things are going to head, right? So again, memes are one of those things that people also do attach themselves with. No one knew what the hell a Doge was other than people like dogs, right? But Doge himself wasn't a meme prior to the, I mean, he was, but not in the same sense as like Pepe, right? You see Pepe was like banned for a while, right? Then you have certain meme coins like, I don't know, then there's like the cats and all this stuff, but memes are something that everyone shares. They share them in the bathroom. People like will be at work, you know, you send your spouse, you send your cousin a dog, you know, the dog with the cup of coffee and the fire, right? You do all that stuff, right? You send your coworker a meme, a freaking, you know, what was the name, like Bad News Eddie, whatever his name was. Regardless of the kid that goes like this. It's a cool kid. I hope he's doing well. He probably is. I think he sold it as a meme, actually, as an NFT. Someone might have to check me on that, but I'm pretty sure he sold that as an NFT and made some money, as he should, because that's him, you know? Hold on, am I supposed to be getting, yes, okay. Damn, dude, I just drank a whole bunch of protein. I gotta pee like fucking no tomorrow. Anyways, so that's another narrative that people really would like to get in. So last cycle, there was a narrative called metaverse. So anything that you slap the word metaverse to, the same way how in the .com bubble, it was anything attached to .com, became super, like people didn't, that's the thing. It becomes overvalued because it's new and no one knows how to value it. So numbers go insane, right? That's why as an asset becomes older, it kind of stabilizes the direct, like, how do you call it? Like the short-term gains, right? It becomes less, it stabilizes over time. But when something's brand new, no one knows how to value it yet. And that's where you could be early if you get good at looking around things and looking at narratives and how and the only way you're going to do that is by, honestly, you have to jump in there. You need to go on crypto Twitter. You need to, you know, follow like specific people, and you kind of like see who's full of shit, who's not. You know, you try not to you never want to just trust somebody 100%. You never want to do that. That's ridiculous. Like if you do that, you need to grow up, because that's insane, right? But you say, okay, I've been watching this guy for a while. I understand what he's saying. Like, his thesis makes sense. You don't want anyone ever thinking for you. So that's why it's important for you to understand how to think this way. Or you're going to get scammed. And if you don't care about losing your $10,000 you acquired from working at Dunkin', then that's on you. Like, that's fine. If that's a weird fetish that you have, that's cool. But I don't know. That's not, I can't imagine there's a lot of people like that. But if there is a whole community that I don't know about, then, you know, I guess fucking comment on the video and just be like, yo, I'm one of those guys, and I'll take a poll, I guess. Anyways, so if you lose your money, it's your fault, right? If you trusted somebody, for example, if you bought NFTs from Logan Paul, who, again, I understand to some degree, but it's, what the hell does he have to do with crypto, right? It'll be like, why would you buy, you know, I don't even know, like cupcakes from Hulk Hogan? Why would you do that, right? Like, is Hulk Hogan known? Like, you'd buy from Gordon Ramsay, right? But if you bought cupcakes from Hulk Hogan and they ended up tasting like shit, why? Like, you wouldn't be like, oh, I got scammed. You'd be like, you would look at the cupcakes and you'd see the packaging with him flexing, right? And maybe he would make a good cupcake. I'm just using him as a cultural example, right? You'd be like, of course these taste like shit, dude. Like, you can't have fucking, you know, I don't know, fucking creatine flavored fucking, I don't know. Anyways, you can't have that. So the same way, you would be scammed if you bought Gordon Ramsay cupcakes, even though he's not a baker, but what, you get the point, right? And they tasted like crap. You'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, Gordon Ramsay just abused his reputation to get me to buy this product, and now, you know, it's my fault ultimately still, but like, what the hell, dude, right? So back to what I was saying with Logan. He's not a guy who's involved. I mean, he's involved-ish, but like, you know what he does. He doesn't do crypto. He doesn't, it would be very risky. It could have worked out because he is a cultural figure. You know, he does sell out boxing, and maybe in the future those NFTs might be worth a lot of money, right? But in the short term, the likelihood that he would be good at not selling, but of growing that community and operating in the crypto space is very low because he's not in there. Like, the same way as, you know, like Bored Ape Yacht Club is, right? And not how that community is run, right? And you can argue and say, well, you know, but everybody had to start somewhere. I guess, but it's like, you want to get into things that are already moving. The same way that I wouldn't recommend you just getting into a brand new meme, because it could work out, right? It could work out. Every meme was new at one point, right? But the likelihood of it is that you might be wrong, right? And you might be right. That, again, that's on you to decide what you want to do. But the safer bets is to get into things that already exist, and you get there by paying attention, and you see the dips in the price, right? And you think, okay, I think this might go down a little bit. I'm gonna set, if it goes at like 42 cents, whatever it is, right? Random number. I'll start putting in, you know, I got $5,000 I want to, you know, play with. I'll put in like $500. We'll see how that goes. If it, you know, you want to have these little price targets, right? And again, that's something for like another video as well. I'm just kind of giving you like a long-winded, but pretty informative, I guess. At least something that I wish I had access to when I was first getting in here. But yeah, so that's mainly the thesis, right? So the moral of the story, right? For today, it's election day, right? If you want to mess around with some Trump coins, you might make a good profit, right? If he wins, right? If he doesn't, that's probably going to take a dive, right? So, but that's up to you. You feel that in your heart. You want to, you know, have fun and throw $50 at a Trump coin and see what that does. It's not a big risk. It's more just for the experience of kind of understanding how quickly things go up and how quickly things go down, right? Remember during Dogecoin, everyone was like, Elon is gonna go to SNL, and Dogecoin is gonna hit exactly $1, and it's gonna be fucking sick, and I'm gonna fucking tell my dad how much I'm not a loser, and he was wrong, and fuck him. Yes, dude. And then what happened? The people that bought at 50 cents, 60 cents, right, who bought in late, thinking it was gonna hit this perfect dollar, what ended up happening is all the people that bought at like 0.0000 gazillion zeros won, right? They're already in such profit. They know that you're waiting for $1 because you think that this movie's about you, right? And everyone's just gonna sell at the same time, and it's gonna be beautiful. And your stepdad can't ever call you a fucking loser again, right? That's what for real, that's a lot of people's reality. Whether they realize it or not, it really is. So with that being said, you think, right? Because right when the Elon thing happened, I wasn't that into or exposed to Dogecoin at the time, so it really didn't matter to me too much. But what happened that day? I think it topped off at like 80 cents, right? I think it topped off at 80 cents, and then it just came crashing down little by little. I mean, it was pretty quick, actually. By the end of that episode, the price wasn't 88 cents anymore. Let me put it that way. And I saw in real time this thing that I kept hearing all the time, which was buy the rumor, sell the news. Get that? Get it tattooed right on your forehead, slap it on your kid's face, right? So every morning you see. Anytime you think of big news, right? So elections, big news, buy the rumors. Okay, Trump might win. I guarantee you Trump coins right now are probably pumping, right? And it was probably pumping leading up to today, right? And then if he wins, it might be another big pump, and then I promise you they will dump. And then they might go up again, and they probably will, especially if it's a big coin. That'll start kind of rallying up again because not enough people made enough money, so they kind of want to build it up again and then dump it on you, right? And that's going to happen. But now, if Trump loses and you already bought these little Trump coins, right, it's probably going to go down, right? And it might go up later. Who knows, right? There might be some Trump news. He might be on the news again for whatever reason. He might demand a recount. Who knows, right? And that's the things you have to pay attention to, right? And again, like I said before, I'm not very good at reading Bitcoin. I'm not, but I am pretty good, or at least from being here, I think I've gotten pretty good. And I've been right about the things like crypto gaming and AI, which is a whole other thing, and meme, right? Why AI? Just like metaverse, it was something that anything that you slap the word metaverse to went up. The same way that now anything that you put AI to, right, goes up. Because again, people don't know how to value AI. It's a brand new technology, so people just go nuts, right? And I wouldn't say, again, just throw money into any AI coin. Throw money into the coins that you see went up in March, in May, because they're not guaranteed winners, but those are the top horses. You're already seen that they already have a community. People already invested, meaning less people are likely. They've been holding those bags for so long. They're not just going to dump. I mean, they could, obviously, but there's more of a community built around that coin. And that's what you have to remember. Community is 99% of this. Hence, we call them cults, right? The same way that once you start wearing Nike, you're like, I'm a Nike guy, right? Or you're like, I'm an Adidas guy. It's a little cult, right? But you drive a Jeep, though, especially in New Jersey, dude. Dudes here, and I would love a Jeep, right? I got the freaking Tesla, but like I wanted the Jeep for a while, but I lived really far from where I worked, and I was like, you know what? The Tesla, I've always wanted one. And it'll probably save me money on gas, obviously, since it's electric and shit. And I love this car. You know what I mean? But I definitely can't wait to get a Jeep one day. But either way, in New Jersey, right? There's a lot of Jeeps here. And grown dudes, right? And again, dude, I am jealous. I'm going to be that guy maybe one day, for sure. Like, I'm not even making fun of them. Like, they'll see another Jeep coming the opposite way, and they do like a fucking, I don't know what they do, like something. They do some kind of gesture that they might just wave or honk twice. I don't know. But people know, hey, like, oh, that's another Jeep guy. Hell yeah, right? And you know what? Tesla probably does it, but I think it's in a more like smug way. You kind of look and you're like, you fucking cool, dude. Like, I don't even know. But we do probably have something. It's probably just so embedded in my psyche that I probably don't even realize it, but there definitely is. But anyways, cults, right? So that's why you want to go into meme coins and things that already have a community built around them, right? And then you see kind of like, okay, like these are big meme coins, like, oh shit, fucking Tom Brady was at this event for this thing, like that could be a good sign. But again, you're not just gonna bet based on Tom Brady. You just look at like momentum, right? So AI, meme coins, gaming, those are my things that I choose to pay the most attention to, because I feel like those are going to be the first use cases of crypto gaming. Before people really need a payment method, like Bitcoin solves lots of problems, right? In its own little niche, right? Of sending money, it's a good store of value, all that. But the chance that you're going to double $1,000 invested in Bitcoin, probably, it might this year for sure, or this cycle, but you're gambling with something a lot less stable, right? And I'm going to use the word gambling in a way. But the returns are going to be a lot higher, right? And if you pay attention, it's really, you just have to look at it as unbiasedly as possible, right? And you think, okay, gaming, duh. Memes, okay, I saw it happen last time with memes, right? You look at AI, okay, cool, metaverse. I see what people are doing. Like, we have ChatGPT, we have Midjourney. We're in the cusp of AI. Like, there's gonna be a time before AI and a time after AI, and we're like at that like moment right now. And a lot of people are, you know, they'll call me crazy for it, but it's just true. Like, I don't see a future where we have less AI. I mean, if things go okay, obviously, I'm not saying AI is the greatest thing ever, because it definitely has a lot of its own worries, you know, but it's a reality, you know. It's something that I can't imagine, you know, the world all of a sudden is going to be like, all right, no more AI research. Because even if we did that in the US, China doesn't give a fuck. If Russia doesn't give a fuck, they're going to keep going. And you can't, it's just something that's inevitable in a way, right? And we can sit here and talk about moralities and stuff all day, but again, remember, life isn't fair. Life is not a book, you know, at a gas station that you pick up, or not a gas station, at an airport that you're like, wow, dude, 50 Shades of Grey, what a great story. Never read it, by the way, but I've heard enough about it from people who have read it, and they show me pieces that it seems like the guy's almost like a Batman kind of guy. You know, he's like rich but mysterious, ties people up. But either way, dude, if you stayed for the entire video, thank you. It's my very first video. I'm going to continue making these throughout the bull run to kind of explain to you guys and just kind of give you some basic thoughts. Most videos are not going to be just me in my car. Just today it was, because I happen to be doing this on the way home from work. And yeah, dude, thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.